Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. 20th century history is filled with tales of totalitarian regimes and brutal repression. Among them, the Gulag of the Soviet Union stands as a chilling symbol of political control and forced labor. From 1918 to the 1960s, the Gulag wasn't just a prison system. It was a vast network of camps that confined, exploited, and ultimately claimed the lives of millions. Today, we're going to explore this grim chapter of history. The Gulag didn't start with Stalin. It began with Lenin, Russia's first communist leader. Lenin thought prison camps could serve two purposes: force enemies to work for free and teach them to become loyal communists. Early camps like Solovetsky Islands became testing grounds for controlling prisoners and using them as unpaid workers. When Stalin took power, everything got much worse. He wanted to quickly turn Russia into an industrial nation and remove all his enemies. The Gulag became his perfect solution. He expanded these camps across the Soviet Union to solve both problems at once. The camps served Stalin's economic goals perfectly. Russia had valuable resources like gold and coal in remote, dangerous places where regular workers wouldn't go. Stalin forced millions of prisoners to work in these deadly conditions, mining gold, cutting timber, and building roads where the cold could kill in minutes. The camps also helped Stalin stay in power by removing enemies. Soviet law, Article 58, made almost anything illegal. Speaking against the government, telling jokes about Stalin, or failing to report crimes could get you arrested. This law was so broad that millions of innocent people were trapped. During Stalin's worst years, 1936 to 1938, arrests became like a machine. Local police had quotas. They had to arrest certain numbers of people monthly, whether they'd done anything wrong or not. Fear ruled everyone's life as neighbors turned against neighbors. The government targeted entire groups. Wealthy farmers called kulaks were arrested for being successful. Ethnic minorities were suspected just because of their race. Millions were loaded onto trains and shipped to camps thousands of miles from home. Life in camps was a daily nightmare. Every morning started before dawn with freezing roll calls where prisoners stood outside in thin clothes while guards counted them like animals. Many died during these roll calls in bitter cold. Food was terrible and scarce. Prisoners got watery soup and moldy bread. But even this depended on meeting impossible work quotas. If they couldn't work hard enough, food was cut more, creating a deadly cycle where weak prisoners couldn't get strong again. Work was killing prisoners in huge numbers, 12 to 16-hour days using broken tools in life-threatening conditions. They dug frozen ground with bare hands, cut massive trees with dull saws, carried heavy rocks to build roads through swamps. Many collapsed and never got up. Living conditions were deadly too. Hundreds crammed into barracks with no heat, water, or bathrooms. Diseases like typhus and tuberculosis spread quickly. No real doctors or medicine meant getting sick, usually meant slow, painful death. Guards used cruel punishments to maintain control. Solitary confinement in freezing cells, savage beatings, and fake executions to terrorize prisoners mentally. They also used informants called stukachi, who reported on fellow prisoners for better treatment, destroying trust between people. When Stalin died in 1953, change began slowly. New leader Khrushchev gave a secret speech in 1956, admitting Stalin's crimes. This marked the beginning of the end for the Gulag system. Special committees reviewed political prisoners' cases, leading to thousands being released and cleared. Millions of survivors returned to society carrying invisible scars from their experiences. Many had lost families, homes, and health during their camp years. The government offered little help to returning prisoners. Today, the Gulag's legacy remains difficult in Russia. The camps show how quickly society can descend into horror when people give up freedoms and allow absolute power to go unchecked. The millions who suffered deserve to be remembered as real people with dreams and families, not just numbers in history books. Their stories remind us that freedom and human rights must be constantly protected, because once lost, the price of getting them back can be measured in millions of lives. Thank you for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more insightful and meaningful historical narratives. See you in the next video.